Hi, this is God Lily, and I'm back. And this is a Monday, February 13th, 2012. And I'm getting medicated, having my coffee. And I'm discussing the fact that should women feel sad when they don't have a Valentine, or somebody to give them a card, or buy them candy, or take them out, or have a date, or give them good sex. All women want that on Valentine, I can tell you that. So I'm analyzing what I'm doing wrong, or am I doing something right. I don't feel bad. I would love to have a Valentine, don't get me wrong, but I want it to be the right one. I'm tired of accepting something just to have, just to say, oh yeah, this guy took me out, he spent this money. I don't even want that. I want realness now. I'm at the age I want nothing but realness. So if I don't want to have a life with you, or really spend time with you, or I'm not going to accept anything from you. I don't want to do that. So don't get your feelings hurt. It's just that I'm looking for the real one. I don't want to waste any more time. So now, I was talking about my African husband. Why? I do not know. I was trying to think about why I was thinking about this. Oh, because that was the best husband, that's why. Financially. And I felt more like a woman. I never knew what a wife was really supposed to feel like, because I got married at 15 and I was pregnant, so my mother married me off to my guy that got me pregnant, which I thought I was in love with, and then found out that I really wasn't. It was just infatuation. At that age, you really don't, well, you can know love. You can, but I didn't. So, yeah, I got married at 15 because I was pregnant, and then from then on, I was just having babies, and his father told him to keep me pregnant and barefooted and in the kitchen, and he told me, and so he kept me pregnant. Because you can get babies in your sleep, ladies. They can stick it in. Well, maybe not all women, but with me, he could stick it in the sleep, and that's girls. You get mostly girls. Yeah. But anyhow, he didn't keep me barefooted because I would always buy shoes. and I got out the kitchen because as soon as we got enough money, he always had to take us out here every week. We went out every Sunday, the whole family, to eat. And that was my day out of the kitchen. So anyway, I tried to correct everything that, I thought could be a mistake. So I got married at 15. My mother married me all because of me being pregnant. And the reason why she found out I fainted at school. And then they told her. And then I went into a coma from overdose of sleeping pills. That's another story. That goes in my book, why that happened. And then when I was out, I was in another world. So that's why when I came back, I was very psychic, very whatever. I was like that anyway, but I was even more so. So now, it's hard for me to have a man because I can pick up on their thoughts. And when my husbands find that out, it really pisses them off. It's like a game for me, so they get pissed. It's fun for me. What can I say? And then people want to know, why am I the type of woman now? I used to didn't be that with my first husband. I was so jealous of that little penis. And I didn't want nobody to have it because that was my first one, and I thought it was all of that. And I ran after him and ran after the dick, and I had to chase it down, and he was always trying to sling it here and sling it there and sling it everywhere. And that shit'll confuse you, make you go crazy. I do not run after no man's dick. You can put it wherever you want. I just won't take it back when you come back to me. That's the way I feel about it, if I don't want to. So I'm not chasing you down. I'm not trying to take control of you. If you can't control your own self, you're not a God, as far as I'm concerned. So God's no good and evil. All the other people don't. But God's no good and evil. So I'm looking for a man that can really control himself. Then he's going to know. Because, see, I was taught by the Coptic, and they taught the prophets. A woman could be butt naked, and you should be able to lay hands on her and not get aroused. And I have done it. I've had to work on people and work on men's penis, work on their nuts and stuff in Chicago. Drug addicts and stuff, people come and get me because I was the healer lady in my neighborhood, and I had to go work on these people. I had to work on my neighbor. She had boils on her coochie. I had to go make up a salve, put it all on them people. I had to do that type of stuff. That's why I don't get aroused. A man could pull his little penis out in front of me. If I don't want to get aroused, I don't get aroused. I mean, I'm a God. I have to want to do something before. You can't just make me do something. So that's why. So I'm looking for a man on that level. That's the reason why I'm not just snatching anybody. I do have sex, yes. Don't get me wrong. I will. But I'm looking. It don't matter what the age is of the guy either. If and that he's on the God level, that's what I'm looking for. That's all I'm looking for. We can do lots of business together. God will give us lots of inventions or creations together. I just need a God level man. One that's not going to be like a sheep led to the slaughter. Soon as some little good coochie come along, some young girl, he running off to that. I done had that every man. I've had the same thing, the same identical thing. Every man. I don't know why they do that, you know. And because even my African husband told me if he did cheat, I would never know when we first got married. But he didn't know that I'm psychic. How in the fuck I'm not gonna know? If God know, I know. That's stupid. Jesus was psychic. Nobody wants to use that word. He knew their thoughts. As soon as you take on the mind of Christ, you're going to know what people are thinking. I mean, it just automatically comes to you. Shit. Ever since I was a kid, that used to happen to me. If somebody was after doing some harm to me, the Spirit would tell me. In my ear, up in the sky, or a voice come from somewhere and tell me what's going on. I remember when I was a young lady, and my husband was cheating, and I was cheating on him, and I got with this guy. He was a cop, and that's because he saved me from getting raped on the street, which later I found out was a setup because the Spirit showed me that was his way of meeting me. But anyway, that goes in my book too, ladies. So anyway, he was trying to convince me to leave my husband because he saw my husband slap me on a bus stop, and he did. He used to try to beat me down, bruise me up and stuff, make me ugly. And then he told me, he said, why don't you leave him? And I told him, I said, I can't, I got my kids. And he kept on after me and kept on saying what he'll do, blah, 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 blah. So I almost was in my mind. I'm in a drugstore and I'm thinking I should go ahead and leave him. Eddie was so mean to me. My husband was so mean. So I thought, and that's because my mother made him marry me. So I think that's the reason. Which I didn't know about. Because when I came out the coma, I didn't want to marry him anyway, but my wedding was already set. But anyhow, I was in a drugstore, and the Spirit from up on a shelf said, he's getting married. He's tricking you. He's getting married, and really loud, because I'm thinking about running away with this man. And it shook me back into reality. And then I'm like, Dad, where did the voice come from? But I was used to it coming from different places around in my room or wherever I was at. And so I called him up and I asked him. And then he said, how did you know? Yeah, I'm getting married. I'm like, oh, thank God for that. We'll be right back. Thank God for my guides that I've had all my life. God Lily here. We'll be right back. I'm trying to get here in here.